Good day, everyone. Praise be Jesus and Mary. This is our video presentation for the six trigonometric functions. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you all. Praise be Jesus and Mary. Today we will talk about trigonometric functions. And don't worry if this sounds complicated because this video will make it super duper easy for you to understand. So let's start. Now let's start explaining the basics. Let's imagine a right triangle. That's a triangle with one angle equal to 90 degrees. We'll name the sides like this. The hypotenuse, that's the longest side. The opposite side is the side across from the angle we're looking at. And finally is the adjacent, where that's the side next to the angle. Now here comes the magic part, which is the trigonometric functions because there are 6 of them. But the main 3 are sine, cosine, and tangent. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And lastly is tangent. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. So a simple way to remember this is the term called SOHCAHTOA. Again, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is over opposite over adjacent. So what is trigonometric functions? So trigonometric functions are all about the relationship between the angles and the sides of a triangle. So basically called the right triangle. So these functions help us find the unknown sides or the angles in triangles. And of course, did you all know that trigonometric functions can be also found in architecture, engineering, navigation, and even gaming, video games, or even animations. So how do they work? Let's just say we have an angle of 30 degrees and the hypotenuse is 10. So all we have to do is find the opposite side by using sine. So since sine 30 can be equal to 0.5 and the hypotenuse is 10, then all we have to do is multiply it. Yes, we times it. So 0.5 times 10, that can be equal to 5. See? And that's easy because each trig functions connect to next to an angle to ratio between sides. And if you see one angles and one sides, then you can use others by using formulas. And remember, these functions don't just work with triangles. When we move to the unit circle, trig functions can describe how points move around the circle. And that's how they connect to waves and oscillations in real life, like sound waves or light waves. So like I said before in the introductions, trigonometric functions can be also used in real life uses, like architecture uses trigonometric functions because they use it to design buildings. Engineering, they use it for forces and angles. Pilots uses navigations through the air. And of course, lastly is the games because trigonometric functions help making 3D animations.
So the y value of the point is always the sin of the angle. Sin theta is equal to y. That's the height of the point above or below the x-axis. Cosecant, the flip of sin. Cosecant is just the reciprocal of sin. CEC theta is equal to 1 over sin theta or equal 1 over y. So if sin is small, cosecant is big. And when sin is 0 on the x-axis, cosecant is undefined because you can't divide by 0. Easy way to remember. Think, sin is the height, cosecant flips the height. Or this quick rhyme, sin small, cosecant tall, flip the y, that's all. So On the unit circle, sin shows how high or low the point is. Cosecant is the flip version of that height. So, in short, sin theta is equal to y, CEC theta is equal 1 over y, undefined when y is equal to 0. That's the easiest way to remember cosecant, sin and cosecant on the unit circle.
A simple way to remember cosine and secant. First is the basic definition. Cosine or cos is adjacent and hypotenuse. And secant or sec is a hypotenuse and adjacent. Second is the reciprocals. Cosine of theta is equals to 1 and secant of theta. Secant of theta equals to 1 and cosine of theta. 3. Cosine is ka, secant is its flip. Ka comes from SOHCAHTOA. Cosine, adjacent, and hypotenuse. Then just remember, secant is the flip of cosine, which is hypotenuse and adjacent. A simple way to remember tangent and cotangent. Let's start with tangent. In a right triangle, tangent is a ratio of the opposite side to the adjacent side. One simple way to remember this is the phrase TOWA or TOWA from the popular mnemonic so ka towa, like SOHCAHTOA. The T stands for tangent, the O is the opposite, and then the A for adjacent. So, whenever you think of tangent, think of a triangle and remember tangent equals opposite over adjacent. Now, what about cotangent? The words of co gives a big clue in trigonometry. When a word has co and front, it's usually mean it is the complement or reciprocal of other function. So, cotangent is the reciprocals of tangent. That means instead of opposite over adjacent, it becomes adjacent over opposite. You can remember it by flipping tangent fraction. Just turn it upside down. Here's a simple to lock in your memory. Like tangent is TOWA is the opposite and adjacent. And then the cotangent, which was the ATO or ATO, which was the adjacent and the opposite.